Hello everyone, this is Johannes.
And this is Sunniva.
And you are watching Board Gaming Ramblings.
And today we are taking a look at the expansion for White Castle, Matcha.
The White Castle was one of the best games that we played last year. We really liked this game. A super tight game with only 9 actions. And we're here to tell you all about what's inside this expansion. And if we think that it's one that you should check out. In our expansion reviews, which are not a lot of them because we don't play a lot of expansions, this is our 3 rating system. Not needed. It's basically like, you don't need this. The game is good as it is. Don't buy this expansion or do whatever you want because you are a human being and you can do what you want. That's not part of the rating. It's just who you are. The other one is should get, which is basically like, if you like the game and you think, I play this game a lot, I would like it to be a little bit different.
Yes.
I would like it to be a bit more of what it's there. I would like these things to happen. And then you have must have.
Yeah.
Which is like the expansion that changes the game and makes it better and makes it so that you should play it even more.
Yes.
With that said, let's talk about this. Basically, we're not going to do an overview because we are just going to talk to you. The overview is basically going to be the video because we're going to talk to you about the changes.
Yes.
We're going to talk about what we think about them and then we're going to share our final thoughts, what we think, if we think this is an expansion that you should get in one of these 3 categories of things.
And we presume that you have played or know White Castle. If you haven't, start there.
Because we have a video for that as well.
Yes.
So you can check that video if you want like a primer for this video. With that said, let's talk about this one. First of all, this is what you get in the expansion. There's some more cards, some more setup stuff. There's some new dice. We're going to go through everything. Would you say this is one that's going to be like, oh, this is a hard one to implement every time you play? Or would you say like it's a simple one just to add to the base game?
It's very simple to add to the base game. It doesn't really make it that much more complex. You have like a new track here where you can place meeples. That works very similar to the castle in White Castle.
Basically, what you do is that you kind of add one more of each thing in the game. You add one more action each round.
Yeah.
You add one more color of die. You add one more person that you will place out on this new track. And you add a part of the board, which is basically where this person will interact. Because in White Castle, every like kind of worker has their space they will interact with. And this is just basically adding that on top of it. So first off, what you might think is, oh, that's going to make the game longer. Because one of the great things about the White Castle is that it's a short game. Some people felt like, oh, the 9 actions were a little too little, but that's like perfect length for what you want to do in this game. And it's all about combos trying to get them working more. So did you feel like the game felt longer / too long with the expansion?
It is longer because you're adding one action. The box says that it's adding 20 minutes.
Yes.
And I think that White Castle in itself is a very snappy game. It's a very tight game. I felt like it did not add too much length. I felt it still kept that snappy feeling with the expansion as well.
Yeah, so you thought about tightness because that's one of the things we really liked about with White Castle. It being a game where you're like, oh, that feels so bad doing that one action where you kind of didn't get anything. And the other person like, I'm doing this combo where I do these things. This is a story from real life, my life. So do you feel like this game, does it keep the tightness of the economy of the actions or does it like open it up?
I think it opens up a little bit, so it feels a little more open, a little less tight, but I can see myself playing this White Castle with the expansion and also without it for different feelings of the game.
That's true. I said I wasn't going to do an overview. I'm now going to do it in the middle of the video to tell you what is in the expansion.
Perfect.
There's more dice. You can drop them, you can place them. The only place you can't place them is in the castle. You can place a dice over here and you can place any color of die over here. You have a new row here, which will then activate like the row. You see that it's just added like another row. This is the old playboard. This is the new one. And you will get now the new resource, the T resource. And you will be able to use one of these, the Emperor Seals, I think they're called. If they're not, that's what I'm calling them. To do the action that you're going to draft at the beginning of the game with your starting cards. There are 2 new actions here. And if I go here, I'm going to be able to do these 2 actions. If I go down here, I'm going to be able to do these 2 actions. And then there is possible to move on the track to get these cards. And they're going to move straight into your lantern area. So you're going to get more lantern stuff that way. And here you have a way to place them out. It's going to work like the castle. You have to pay money to place them out. And you have to pay the resource here to move either this direction to be able to get some bonuses or an action. Or move it this direction to get some bonuses and try to get some final scoring. And basically it's 3 final scorings each for the other one. So basically 2 points per of the chosen worker that you have placed.
I really like that because in the original White Castle, that soldier or castle person, I don't remember, nobleman.
The warrior.
Yes. That combination.
Nobleman with the sword fighting outside.
I was thinking of that is the nobleman and that is the warrior. I said
okay.
Yes.
I was thinking like you were thinking the warriors were outside.
Those are a very good combination. In this game, you could like do one of them and a T without the third one, or you can boost your gardener scoring, for example. I think it opens up the possibilities of what direction you want to go.
One thing I have to say, and this is something that might bother some people, is that you're not going to get this into the box.
Oh yeah.
Like there's not a chance. You could. If you think like I'm never going to play the base game again, you could throw this away. But and you could just play this. No, you couldn't really play this with the base game because these are changed. So I think that is going to be a problem for some people. Even though like it's not big. Like this is the base game and the expansion is like kind of half of this. Yeah, a little more than half. So it's still a small game. We never got the expansion for the Red Cathedrals. We don't know if that was the same there. But because this was full. And that was like a perfect box size for that, but when you add the expansion, you cannot get everything in that. You could maybe, if you get rid of this and you dismantle them every time you play, which I think is going to be a horrible thing to do. I think we're going to do some final thoughts, because all of this, like we've gone through all the things that we wanted to say about it, and we're going to tell you, like, do we like it? Do we feel like you should get it? Before that, you can help us by subscribing.
Yes.
Do you think people should do it?
I think so. That's my personal opinion.
Do you? Okay, so it's not like an objective
I am subscribed myself.
Oh yes.
To this channel.
What do you think is one reason they subscribe?
Because we love board games, and hopefully you do too.
So if you like board games, you can click it. It's free, and it helps us, and we smile when you do it. Now, final thoughts. Do you want to begin?
Yeah. I like this expansion. I want to say that I really like White Castle as it is. It's one of my favorite games, and I think that, as I said earlier, I would choose sometimes to play with the expansion and sometimes to not play with it. I think it's a should get, not like a must have, because the base game is so good on its own. But I think that the mechanism they add with this new expansion is very interesting and gives me opportunities that I didn't have in the original game that I would like to explore. If you play White Castle a lot, maybe this is a must-have then, if you play it a lot. But for me, it's a should-have.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I love the White Castle. I didn't play that. I feel like, oh, there's missing something. Or it needs more variability, or it needs more of this and more of that. I feel like this is adding more. It's not, and it's in a good way. It's not like changing what I liked about the White Castle. It's maybe making it a bit less tight, but it's some people is gonna love that. Some people are gonna see this and be like, oh, that's exactly what I wanted. I wanted it to be less tight. Because the White Castle is a tight game. You only have 9 actions. You have to be very specific about what actions you do and in what order you do them. So I feel like some people are gonna see this and it's gonna be a must-have because of that. For me, I would say I'm happy that this exists. I enjoy playing this expansion. I'm having fun playing the White Castle, and it's not like, oh, I'm having less fun. It's just giving me a new thing to do, a different thing to do. I don't have to do it. I can kind of not do it. I can do other things. But all in all, this is a should get. For me, it's one where I was like, oh, this is one game I play a lot. I would like to have like the variations. Oh, let's play with a T now, or let's not play with it. Which is just like changing up the game just enough. Hopefully, this video made you understand more if this will be for you or not. If it did, let us know. If it didn't, let us know. If you have any questions, let us know. And you know where you can do that in the comments after you click that like button. YouTube stuff. And now, it's the end. Thank you so much. Before that, we're going to Spiel.
Oh yeah, we are.
We're going to be there very soon. When you see this, we're going to be there very soon.
Yeah.
If they see us in real life, what should they do?
A wave or say hi or do the secret sign. Come talk to us if you want to. We're going to be at the Shillfox Porta Lion booth on Friday from 14 to 18, yes, and also on Saturday from 10 to 14.
Yes.
We're also going to be at the Meet and Play.
Saturday.
And I don't know when. I always
16
forget. Yes,
to 17/18 in Seoul, Europa.
Yes, whole Europe.
Yes, so that's it. That's the video. Thank you so much for watching. It means a lot that you are here because it makes it more fun to be on this side of the camera. Thank you so much. I'm Johannes.
I'm Sunna.
And you've been watching Board Gaming Ramblings, and bye-bye.